Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. It's been a while, hasn't it? I updated to the latest version of Ubuntu and it messed with my settings slightly, so I'm doing the best I can right now. So, have had a nice steady stream of orders, so I've been basically I wouldn't say keeping a low profile, but just getting stuff done and out the door. And I happen to have, I was at 0 orders until yesterday, and thank you for another order, for a dual stick, which is a nice little project to work on. But in the meantime, I have been working on two things in the background. One of them is the Intellivision 2 controller. That one is coming along. I'm still trying to figure out how to print some of the plastics out, as it's more of a physical mechanical issue than electrical. And then in the meantime, I also had a request to work on a Vectrex controller in ANDI version, which is analog digital. This one's built with all my own parts, just to make sure everything works and fits. Vectrex was kind of unique because it had the monitor built into, it was a vertical, it was a portrait CRT, and you put these color overlays on it. It was completely vector based, so that's kind of interesting. So this is, I tried to get a good look and feel like the original controller. I don't own a Vectrex because they're spendy, but this controller, I printed off this nice silver stick here, knob that goes with my standard. This is actually glued down now, that's not coming off. Electrically, not terribly complicated compared to like the 5200. It uses a proper voltage divider, so there's a 4.7K and then a 10K pot, and then another and a 10K trim pot. So I went through and I was sent off the schematics. I'll go off screen a second, see if I can find the keycap. I drew it up. Not sharing yet, so let's see. Vectrex. Share my screen a second. I don't usually do, but you can see it. I'm going to add window capture, and I'm going to capture Vectrex. Okay, so this is the Vectrex internals basically. This is a standard DB9 connector coming in here, and 4 buttons coming in, and then you have your, like I said, you have a 5K. I should probably change this to the American one. Let me go in this drawing real quick. I'm American. Hold on a second. I want a resistor, but a US. Where's my US resistor? Here's your variable. Resistor US. American. So I do all my schematics in KeyCat, which is a really nice open source schematic editor. You can also do footprints, you can export Gerber files. 7K. You have a nice American style there. So yeah, you have this is your x-axis here. So you got right, left, and left is minus 3.4 volts, right is plus 3.4 volts, and up is 3.4, then down, sorry, up, that should be down, not up, right. So the down is that. So that's basically what it is. It's as this pot moves over, so it actually uses a plus minus 5 volt supply that comes in, and you're sweeping across this. This is your X output, and that's your Y output there. So as you push up, it gets closer and closer to the 5 volt line, so your voltage goes up, you get 3.3, and then left, if you're pressing left, it's the opposite here, but if you go left, you'll get closer to the minus 3.4 volts. So I do need, since I don't own a Vectrex, let me close this window, get you out of the way a minute, shrink you down. Since I don't own a Vectrex, I'm going to have to simulate it using, I have a 5 plus minus power supply up here, so I'll have plus minus 5 volts, and I'll just use my oscilloscope and measure the X and Y. And then this, of course, is just when you do the digital stick, it'll just short out, will basically cut out the wiper on the potentiometer. But that is, might be for another day. So my latest version, I did get an order in of, this is the cable I'm going to use. I did get an order in of for a dual stick, and the latest version of my controllers I simplified a little bit, and I'll show you how. Let me pause this a second. So a little bit on the history of the evolution of the controllers, the guts of it. So first I started out with this direct wiring, so this one wire to the next. I took one of these cables, snipped the end off, stripped it, and did that. Then I decided to go with these. No, I didn't do that first. First I used these little soldered, these little breakout connectors here. This is the spacing for IDC here, and then wider spacing here. I had the wires coming out of there. A lot of soldering. Then eliminate some of the soldering, most of the soldering. Actually, it does eliminate soldering. I went with these screw terminal blocks. Kind of nice, and you plugged in these IDC cables like so. But it turns out these work fine, but I've had an issue with some of these cables. So one or more of these, that's why I still have this cable. One or more of these conductors doesn't make continuity here. I don't know how far back it's an issue, so that's a pain. And then finally I decided, you know what, let me cut out the middleman entirely and go straight to IDC. So you get these nice little, so what I'm going with now is using the extension style cable inside the box itself, and just using these little IDC, this is a DB15 to IDC. Alright, so then these connectors are actually really easy to build up. It's a 15 pin connector, so I know green is excuse me, 15. So kind of straight excuse me. So pin 1 is thank goodness for bifocals is over here. Brown wire goes there. They do make official tools for this, but a good old-fashioned machinist vice does a good job too. And double check the colors there. Alright, Game Boy, here's your brown wire. Gotta make sure that's nice and centered on there. You can actually press it a bit by hand. Let's throw it in the old machinist vise. Eliminates all those screw connections. And I'll grab a little string relief backer. Is that squeezing in well enough? Yeah, it's pretty. No, that's a little more. Make sure I have a good press on there. There's these little sharp fingers that go around the IDC. And then, bada bing, I snap that down. Because this is a dual stick controller, actually there's 2 of these internally. And you got yourself a nice connector that plugs directly into the extension cable. So this is actually hidden inside of the new controllers. So how far back do we need to go? Yay. Best thing, cut IDC. Pair of scissors. I forget what IDC stands for. Something. I don't know. We Americans, we have too many acronyms. Same deal. One this way, and coming up this way. Get a little bit of a, start it off a little bit by hand. Put a machinist vise again. Give it a little turn. You can actually hear it click in. And again, take a look at that. Throw another restraint relief on the back so this keeps it from. You're not pulling on the wires themselves, you're pulling on this string relief on the back. So now we can build up harnesses. So again, this eliminates, and then the other thing I did to eliminate solder was I switched from what am I looking for? I switched from soldering onto the back of the push buttons to fast on terminals. Fast on, not fast off, I can tell you that. So these are fast ons. Let me look at my schematic real quick. So go back up one level. And I need 500 new screw terminal. So the color I need is VJC is red. So I'm going brown, red. Red is VJC. So I'm going to confuse them one. Let me do the buttons first. Yellow. Yellow is the second ground. Okay. So more or less we have the. This is the ground for the push button. So let's demonstrate this, and I think I'll just keep building along here. So let me know if anyone wants a Vectrex controller. And then I'm also working on television. So you got your tools here. Insulated terminal. And look at that. Strip that back. So instead of soldering on, yeah, crimp it. Gives you really nice solid electrical connection, because what happens is this part here crimps onto the wire, and then this part here actually bites into the insulated material, so it's on there, and that'll just go on to, I'm not going to put it on here because it's actually really hard to get off. It goes on to, oh, that one's bent. Oh, this one's all jacked up. Oh wow. Well, that's junk. I do have about 1 or 2% scrap on parts coming in. Not a lot. There we go. And this will just slide on there like that. And there's actually a little feature. It's hard to see. It's between these two lines here. There's a little indentation that actually locks into this groove here. So once it's on, it doesn't come back off. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this, and later on when I actually do some more, I'm gonna finish off this dual stick controller, and then I'll come back to working on the Vectrex controller, because I do have all the parts on hand. And it's just simple resistors. And the nice thing is the industrial joysticks I use come in 10K pot versions, so that's perfect. So I just ordered a few of those of 10K pots, and that should work out just nicely for this. And that's fine. So this is just going to be the initial prototype board here. This is actually going to be a trim, so I'm going to mount these sideways. I don't think my iron's on. I could solder it together real quick. And I'll put some flying leads on it. The big thing is I need to be able to, 2, 3, come over one more. I need to be able to simulate the Vectrex, so I'm going to need to build up luckily I have a spare cable which I can wire up, and I got to do it all on the oscilloscope just because I don't have, I mean, there are thousands of dollars, and like a crappy one in poor shape is a lot. So that is something there's a nice patron of mine, Mitchell. He's the one who suggested doing this, and I didn't realize there was a market out there for Vectrexes. Of course, the big market out there. I've been kind of dragging my feet on the Intellivision 16-way controller, just because I want some free time around Christmas, so I have to plan when that gets released. So I have a feeling it is going to be pretty popular. I'm going to work up a price for the Vectrex I should say. I'll put it down in the description shortly. Not sure. I don't even know the price. It's going to be probably pretty close to the ANDI price, because those take a bit of work. And I'll come up with like 2 products, one with all components done, and one with user supplied components, because some people are more picky than others, which is fine, which is great. Some people really prefer one kind of controller to another, and buttons as well, so they can choose what buttons they want. And if you ever want to order a special order controller for me, just you can always email me at retro@cyberfreak.com, and that's with a PH. And we can I can come up with whatever you like, and come up with custom layouts and whatnot, custom colors, custom layouts. If you ever want anything other than the standard buttons I use, which are these translucent reddish orange, which should look really cool. I mean, I also have purple, blue, which is good for player 2, opaque red, opaque orange. One of my favorites. I like the opaque orange myself. I think it actually looks kind of cool. So if ever want any custom colors or anything like that, just let me know and see what I can do for you. Yeah, but coming down the road, yeah, I do have parts here for the television. I'm just don't want to get like 50 orders and wife will murder me. So, but yeah, everyone, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna get back to building up this this nice dual stick controller. It's an overlay compatible dual stick, and then move on from there. Oh, I also did add a order status page, so I'll put that down in the description too, where if you place an order, when I respond back saying thank you for your order, I'll tell you which order number you have, and you can look and see where your controller is exactly in the build process. I did kind of steal that from Retro Game Boys. He seems like a nice gentleman, and also makes retro controllers. I think I might have accidentally obsoleted some of his controllers just because don't really think he has a analog 5200 controller right now, and I feel bad about stepping on the toes of another small business owner, but hopefully he doesn't mind, and I'll keep on making controllers here. Try to make the best darn controllers I can. Everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great night.